So why diabetes? If you understand the basic physiology of the body, for time immemorial, the body or the basal metabolic rate, what we call the digestion power, what you understand, individual cell has its peak activity starting early in the morning, say around 4:30, to peaks up till 2 o'clock when it has to digest all the food that you have eaten as lunch. So you break your fast around 8 or 9 is when your gastric juices are secreting optimum for that breakfast. You load, you're supposed to just break the fast. It means take a small amount of carbohydrate, protein, a mix of both, and then happily digest it. At 11, take a short break, go for a salad or just work through the day. Finish your lunch by 12:30 or maybe maximum 2 o'clock, during which time maximum hormones are secreted like insulin, glucagon, maximum enzymes are secreted like the hydrochloric acid, pepsin, renin. All these juices from the stomach, from the small intestines, the duodenum, the jejunum, help you in digestion. And this has been what I can say a circadian rhythm set in for millions of years. At one shot, your gastric juice is secreted. With the smell of a food, with the thought of a food, or with the brain activity which is giving a signal you are hungry, that itself is enough for the juices to secrete. Now let's say 12 to 2 you have juice secreting in your stomach and you don't give it food. The juice keeps moving forward into the intestine. Then you go for lunch at 3 o'clock. That's when not enough gastric juice is available, but you are already loading it with maida, with all sorts of hotel food that are rich in triglycerides, trans fatty acids, and everything that is not well balanced. So what happens during this time? This probably the system tries to cope up with us. It tries to do some kind of excessive acid secretion, it's already exhausted, but still it does it in excess. Now this exhausting system, over a period of time, the small percentage of pancreatic cells, which are beta cells of Langerhans, which secrete insulin, go into a stage of exhaustion with the glycemic food that are taken. The glycemic index is where the sugar convertibility is very high. Like rice, we take sweet, we take maida, and we take lot more things like ice cream or anything that is related to junk. Now these sugar oriented or carbohydrate oriented food, when you take in a non-lunch hour, it exhausts the system or capacity of a pancreas to secrete enough insulin, eventually leading to a building up of sugar backwards, and then your fasting blood sugar before you realize is 100, 110, you're sitting on a borderline diabetes. So this, when you see a trend, what exactly we do is change in lifestyle. You just have to stick to a good rhythm of eating. Then again you come for dinner. While you are supposed to be eating dinner and then relaxing at home, you are actually eating a big meal so that you can work through the night. Your big meal is not sized for the pancreas, not sized for the stomach juices, definitely not sized for the liver juices. So all these again become a big load on your digestive system. It digests, it keeps moving, but then eventually it gets exhausted, leading to a lot of undigested fatty acids entering your blood, leading to a huge cholesterol. Okay, now you have diabetes. Adding to that menace, associated with that, running parallel is your hypertension, because dyslipidemia leads to hypertension. So by the time you are 35, 40, 45, you have reached the peak in your career, having worked so hard through the nights, having worked so hard through the day, but then you are running around with a bag of investigations from consultant to consultant in hospitals, either for a heart ailment or for diabetes treatment. I think this is a bit scary, which is seen as a huge trend in the past 10 years.